Okay, so it's time to get warmed up and ready for action. The warm-up's going to get our heart rate elevated. It's going to get our muscles nice and warm and pliable so that we can put the absolute most effort possible into our training. We're going to start off with a calf raise, so really warming up your lower leg muscles. And if you follow along with me, we're going to do 10 calf raises up onto our toes and then slowly back down again. So it's squeezing those heels up off the floor, feet hip width apart, nice and easy to start with. What would be absolutely great is if you can do one of these 20-minute workouts every day, giving yourself at least one rest day a week. That's going to make sure you really get the most out of this program and get more toned, more fit, and feeling absolutely fantastic. Also, make sure that you do this warm-up before every single one. It's not only going to make sure that you don't get injured, but it's also going to ensure you burn the maximum amount of calories and get the most bang for your buck out of all of your exercises. So the next exercise we're going to do are knee circles. Again, feet hip width apart, hands just above your knees, and just gently rotating your knees round. What this is going to do is get those knee joints nice and warmed up so that we don't have any creaking as we go through our squats, lunges, and all our other leg exercises. So again, we're going to do 10 repetitions of these, and then we're going to go round in the other direction. One, two, three. Remember with these exercises, really listen to your body. You know, if something is sore, if something's painful, then do stop. Get it checked out. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so coming up for the next exercise now, which is the same but for our hips. So feet a little bit wider this time, hands on your hips, and then we're just going to do nice big circles, making sure you really push your hips forward at the front so we get a good stretch over the hip flexors, and also pushing your butt out back behind you so you get a good stretch on the hamstrings as well. Again, 10 repetitions of these. Off we go. That's it. So pushing right back at the back and right forward at the front. Mobilizing that hip joint. 5, 6, 7. That's it. Really think of this warm-up as part of the training program. So round in both directions. Don't want to end up a wonky donkey. And the great thing about these exercises is it also improves your mobility. So it keeps us nice and flexible, able to use our joints through their full range of motion, which is something that if you don't use it, you do lose it. So make sure you use it. 9, 10. Okay. Next exercise. So we're going to put our hands together and we're going to do a dynamic chest stretch. So just opening up slowly through the chest to start with. And then as you get more warmed up, as those muscles lengthen a little bit through your chest, then you can take it a little bit quicker, a little bit wider. So again, 10 repetitions of these each way. Off we go. Now, a lot of us are really, really tight across the front of our shoulders, what we call the anterior deltoids. And that can end up making us look a little bit kind of hunchbacked and a little bit rounded through the shoulders. So this is a really, really good postural exercise. It automatically makes you look taller, leaner, more ready for action. So make sure you add that one in. Next, we're going to do another arm exercise. It's actually a shoulder exercise. We're going to rotate the arms forward a bit like you're swimming, doing front crawl. So again, 10 reps on each side, just pulling through. And imagine that you're pulling through the water. That's going to get the backs of your arms and triceps activated and make sure that we're nice and mobile through that shoulder joint, ready for our overhead exercises and all those exercises that require us to really stabilize through the shoulder joint. Then we're going to do the same going backwards. Again, this is stretching the muscles out, getting you ready, as well as getting your temperature up, getting the bicep as close to your ear as you possibly can. 8, 9, 10. And then from there, we're going to mobilize our neck. So anything like me might be a little bit stiff through the neck. So we're going to do nice big circles to the front and then to the back, but make sure you don't go all the way round. Okay, it's not particularly good for your spine, but doing half circles is, and it's going to really help you maintain and improve that mobility through the neck. So 10 semicircles in each direction. That's it. You should be able to feel your neck muscles both along the sides and at the back stretching on this one. And then we're going to do the same to the back as well. So nice half circle. So thinking about trying to get that ear down to your shoulder as much as you can. And this is something you can do not just in the warm-up pre-exercise, but also when you're sitting at your desk, because lots of us get really tight and tense, and it's a really good tension reliever as well. So throw it in there in the middle of your busy working day. Alrighty, so the next exercise is a T-spine mobilization. What we're going to do is put our hands at the back of our head, hinge over at the hips, so pushing your hips back, and then keeping your hips nice and still, we're just going to rotate the elbows round so that you're rotating through the middle of your back. Now, don't worry about looking up at me whilst you're doing these. You want to keep your neck aligned with the rest of your spine, but just maybe watch the first rep and then you can carry on your own. We're going to do 10 rounds in each direction. Now, the fantastic thing about this exercise is that it really targets that middle of your back where lots of us get very jammed up. And what happens when we get jammed up in that mid-thoracic part of our spine is the lumbar part of our spine, the lower part, starts to get a little bit too mobile, and that then results in back pain, which is not something that we want. 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we're going to change sides, taking the elbow around in the other direction this time, again for 10. So each time try and go a little bit further round. 5, 6, making sure we keep those hips nice and level and still. 9, 10. Right, so now it's time to start getting our heart rate really elevated. Should be feeling a little bit more limbered up now, a little bit more ready. So all we're going to do is lift our knees right up to your chest. And when we've done this, I want you to go to the workout menu and choose your workout. So you can either do one, or you can put a little matrix together, add a few workouts together if you've got a bit more time or fancy a bit more of an intensive blast. Okay, let's do this.